here we are with the initial assessment of the rusty nail. We're back in the original garage, as you can see. Even going forward, after I build the new garage, I might always start a project out here just for nostalgia. I think this is great. All right, so anyway, here she is. She's off the trailer. How does that look? That looks good. She's off the trailer. A brief overview. I'm going to tell you why. I know that this thing looks like a giant turd, but I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why I bought this giant turd. For one thing, all of this chrome and stainless steel is complete. We're missing a couple of little trim things. We're missing a K, which I can get. We're missing some portals, which I can get. All of the glass, windshield, all of these door windows, the wings, all three rear windows, all intact. Everything's intact. All of the side trim, door handles, all of this trim around the windows, even little things like the radio antenna, the wipers. This car is complete. And even the few pieces of trim that were missing on the front of the car, I'll show you. There they are. They were in the trunk. We've got wheel rings. We even got a couple of extra. I know this looks trashed, but it's all there. And there's extra pieces of that there that I could probably sell on eBay. This car cost me $500. If I were to sell the grill, they're going right now for $650 on eBay regularly. Because those Buick grills, not everybody desires a four-door car. I did. I've wanted a four-door 50-something box car for a while now. And these are some of the reasons that I picked this one, because it was only $500. It's all there, and very difficult to find. Parts of it are complete and intact. But if I get into it and I find out that it's too much of a turd even for me to fix, I could sell the grill and make my money back. That's what I was thinking. Oh, what I started to say was those grills are universal. If somebody had a ragtop one of these or a two-door, which are more desirable cars to most people that are restoring these, they could still use that grill and I could still make my money back. So it was a safe investment. Another reason that I got it, we got to get down here and get dirty for. You can't see the whole frame, but you can see some of the frame. The whole thing. Solid as a rock. It's got the old GMX frame. A lot of people don't like them. But this car is never going to be a burnout machine or anything anyway for me, because that's just not what I do with them. But that whole frame is complete and in really good shape. That's good bones. All of the body panels are at least here, and they're not dented to shit. There's a lot of rust that I'm gonna have to, do some quite a bit of metal work on it. Floor pans are trashed, rockers are trashed, but they're here so that I have measurements. I can fabricate all of these pieces. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'll show you as I go forward. What I'm going to do for the floor pans is the firewall is not rusted. The transmission tunnel is not rusted. So those will be starting off points for where I'm going to cut the old rotted stuff out and weld to those. And I'll reinforce everything with square tube and kind of like build a frame. I'll actually make this stronger than it was when Buick did it anyway, when all is said and done anyway. You can even see the frame through the holes in the floorboard, how solid that frame is. It's a miracle that it is, but it is. The interior, a lot like the outside, trashed, but it's all here. It's complete. Even the few things that you could see in here that are missing, they're not really, they're in the trunk. These edges of the dashboard here, I hope you could see what I'm pointing at. They're in the trunk. All of these door handles, all of this stuff is irreplaceable stuff, and it's all here. And that's why I got it. me. All these door handles. I love this patina. The nice thing about doing Rattlecan restoration style stuff, with that door, the nice thing about doing Rattlecan restoration style stuff is it ain't going to be pretty when I'm done with it anyway. It's going to be Rattlecan pretty. This car is perfect. It's going to be the perfect addition to the little stable. So I love, one of my favorite, I just love that look of that 3-piece back window. The roof alone, the styling of the roof alone was enough to make me want this car. This thing is going to be so cool when I'm done with it. I tagged it a little bit pulling it off the truck. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to have to fix that. I wrinkled that a little bit pulling it off the trailer. I ran it into the back of my Ford, but I can fix that. As you can see, those areas that I dented, this area that I dented there's a lot of metal work in there anyway. So it's no harm, no foul, really. The only piece of this car that's missing is this bumper end. This on the other side, it's missing. But as you can see, even from the one that's here, the exhaust actually comes out of the bumper here. These would have to be replaced anyway. So I'm going to have to get 2 new bumper ends anyhow, so it's no big deal. You can't really... I mean, I'm sure that there's some sort of custom thing you could do to change that to make it work, but really it's a cool style feature. You just want to replace that anyway, and you can get them again online. It's not a big deal. And those are the only really either unfixable or missing pieces of the car are those bumper ends on the back. Other than that, she is all here. I love that steering wheel. I love that back window. I love the face. $1957 etched into the front emblem on it. Under the bonnet, as our friends across the pond call it. That's a 346 nailhead V8 engine, 300 horsepower from the factory. There's a real good chance it's seized, but I have some tricks that I can use that I might be able to free it up. We're going to hope. That'll be for a future episode. For right now, I just wanted to kind of show you a brief overview of the car, give you a look at her, and yeah, so I got some work to do. I'm going to vacuum all this out. I'm going to pressure wash it. This red paint was something that somebody put on after the fact. You can see this blue underneath. Hopefully you can see it. This bluish green underneath was our original color. I could tell that because the firewall's that color and inside the trunk was that color. And the door jambs are that color. So whoever put this red paint on, they didn't scuff the original paint first, so it's failing. It's flaking right off of it. I'm hopeful that the pressure washer will blow more of that off of there. I really would like to try to save this as a patina car, to not really make the body. I don't really want to take it down to bare metal and like paint it. That's that's my goal. That's my plan right now, is to try to save this patina because I think it's a super cool looking car the way it is. But anyway, so I got to pressure wash it, clean up the glass, clean up the body, and clean out under the engine bay, clean out the interior, and try to get that engine to roll over. And if I can get the engine freed up without having to pull it out, I'm just going to try to get it running just the way it is and see where we're at. That's where we are for today for Rattlecan restoration. I will talk to you again later.